All right, Nanea. You might be the only girl on the team that put out like a pre-media day PSA on social media saying, some of these facts that we needed to know. So you are obviously ready to go for this, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I love to get information out there. Some people, it's a whole different culture from Hawaii. And some people ask me questions that I think is funny, but it's also just people don't generally know. So I wanted to put out information before I got asked any silly little questions.
Yeah, well, but I think we still got to ask, why are you posing with the British flag?
It's actually the Hawaiian flag. It's the state flag. And that's what a lot of Hawaii kids use to represent that they're from Hawaii. And if you look at any Hawaii athlete, I can almost guarantee you that they will have a Hawaiian flag in their media day pictures.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of the Iowa girls here today that, they're all excited to represent their home state program. But one thing that comes through really strong to me from you is how, you have your own state pride. Like, you're really proud of Hawaii too. So, can you talk a little bit about, being from Hawaii and everything that's kind of going on there too?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always been proud of where I'm from. It's a very small island, and the chances of getting off of the island and going and doing something big is really important for the kids who are on the island, because when I was younger, I used to think that I was from such a small place and that I didn't have as much opportunities as other people because I couldn't afford to go fly to the mainland for every single wrestling tournament rather than just driving. So that was a really big thing that I had to overcome in my life, was learning that no matter where I'm from, I can go and I can do big things as long as I put the work in and I do everything that's right for me. So just feeling that pride of I'm coming from such a small place, and there's so much girls and boys like me who don't know that they can make it big, who don't think that they can go to D1 schools, or who don't think that they have these opportunities that other kids do. But to prove that if you make those opportunities for yourself, and if you get out there, and if you put yourself on the map, and if you train hard, no matter where you're from, you can do whatever you set your mind to. You can be a big name, you can go and make it to the NFL, you can go and make it to a D1 school. And so for me, it's really important that I'm able to come from such a small place and be able to be a role model for these kids. So obviously, and I'm prideful of Hawaii. That's where my home is, that's where my heart is, and every time I step on the mat, I step on the mat with the Hawaiian flag surrounding me. I feel the love from home and the support from home, even though I am up here in Iowa. I'm 3,000 miles away from home. So it's really important to me that I'm able to represent them, especially how far the community has gotten me to here.
And then you made the decision to transfer from Menlo, right?
Yes.
So, what kind of went into your decision, to go from there to land here?
Obviously, I loved Menlo. It was super close to home, and the school was great. But I knew that to really grow myself and to really get to the next step, for me, I was going to have to go into the next step, I was going to have to make this jump and move far away from home and kind of leave where my comfort zone was. And I knew that if I really wanted to pursue my goals, that this was the place that I had to be at. So I just took the leap and I jumped to Iowa.
And then I know, I think it was before you actually got to Iowa, you had that really successful run out at senior nationals, right? So, can you talk a little bit about competing at the senior level?
Competing at the senior level is the best thing that I've ever done. It's the age levels, you can tell the difference between each and every girl that you wrestle, just the battle, the technique wise. So competing at the senior level for the first time that year was just so crazy, because I didn't rely on my strength. I relied mostly on my technique, and I really had to focus on developing myself as a technique athlete rather than just a brute strength athlete or just trying to power through someone, because I was wrestling girls that had grown women's strength. So I had to kind of tap into myself and realize that what I bring to the table is different. I bring a different sort of technique. I bring strength and technique, and I bring powerfulness. So it really allowed me to kind of develop myself as an athlete a little bit more and focus more on how I'm wrestling.
And I know when I've gone to other Iowa events, men's wrestling, football, whatever, right? there's always a shot of the women's team, and you're always there. I mean, how much do you love supporting other athletics here?
I love supporting other athletics. It's one of my favorite things to do, and we always have this joke on the team that whenever we go somewhere, we're like, how do we make this about us? Obviously, it's just a joke. We just want to be able to show pride and to be able to represent Iowa, and seeing other athletes go and put their best work out and do everything that they can do it's inspirational for us, because we love to see them grow and we love to see them represent Iowa, and it empowers us knowing that when we get out there, when it's our turn, they're going to come out and they're going to support us in the same way. And we love supporting other sports. We love doing everything that we can, because if we can bring that energy, and if they know that if there was no one in the crowd, just us, we would still bring the same energy and we would still go on and cheer for everybody. So we are hoping that when we go and support, that they'll come back and support us, and we just want to grow Iowa athletics.